back to my channel. My name is Carly Stevens. I'm the author of the young adult fantasy Firian Rising, and this is English Nerd. So, welcome to 2020! I can't believe that I'm even saying that. That's wild. So, if you made the decision to write a book this year, this video is for you. It's just a couple of tips and pieces of encouragement to help you stay the course. So, to write a book in a year is not actually as intimidating as it might sound at first. The main thing, the most important step, you've already made, which is the decision to do it. Of course, you need to keep making that decision as the days go on, but as long as you have that intention, a year is plenty of time to write the first draft of a novel, a nonfiction book, whatever the case may be. Of course, there are 365 days in a year. If you end up writing even a page every day, then you'll end up with a full book at the end of the year. So in the writing business, a page is about 250 words, which is shorter than the Gettysburg Address, if you're familiar with Abraham Lincoln's famously super short speech. That's the amount that you should be writing on average in order to get to 350 pages or so by the end of the year. So you need to determine, what is it that I'm going to focus on? It's easy to get caught up with shiny new ideas. I'm struggling with that a little bit right now because I need to be writing book 3 of the 10 UN Academy series, and instead I'm looking ahead to the series after that and getting all excited about different ideas. So choose something, stick with it. That's super important. I would also highly recommend that you learn more about writing. So you can do that through reading other books in the genre that you're going to write in yourself. You can do that by watching YouTube videos like you are now. You can do that by listening to podcasts, reading books about writing. All of that counts. Now, that can be enormously helpful, but for somebody who's new, like I presume you probably are, it can be a little overwhelming as well. So take in all of that information as much as you can, and don't expect yourself to be perfect the first time through. My first novel I have not shown to anybody, I don't think, and it had a lot of good aspects to it. I think I will go back, like I did with Firian Rising, and basically rewrite it and then release it. But it is definitely not perfect. It has some really profound issues. Don't worry about those. In order to get better at writing, you have to write. You have to do it. So don't expect yourself to be perfect out of the gate. Just be proud of yourself for accomplishing that page that day and then the page after that. And when you get to the end of the year and you have a manuscript that sure is not ready to be published necessarily, but you have a full manuscript, then be proud of yourself. You wrote a book. I mean, that is a huge deal. Tons of people plan to do that, want to do that, and never make the time to do it. So some additional recommendations for how to get those words in. Something that I find helpful, because I just am kind of a competitive to-do list sort of person, is that I downloaded Strides. It's a free app through Apple, and I assume that you can get it on other phones and computers as well. Basically, it just tracks your habit. It's a habit tracker, and you can set up your tracking however you like. So it can be by word, it can be by page, it can be just a check, yes or no, did I write today? But I find that that's very helpful for me to reach my goals because I have a visual of how I'm doing there. Personally, I track word count if I'm tracking my writing, just because I know, okay, I assume that the book's probably going to be about this many pages. In your case, if you want to do about the page day, like I said, maybe 350 pages will be the end goal, and then you can see yourself making those strides, those steps toward that goal. Another way that you can get those words in, even if you're a very busy person, I'm an English teacher, so I know what it's like to be very busy sometimes, is just set a timer and write for that amount of time. Maybe you have 20 minutes while dinner's in the oven. Great. Set a timer for 20 minutes and just go. Again, do not expect yourself to be perfect. You will not be perfect. Nobody's perfect the first time around. Even seasoned people need editing later on. But for those 20 minutes, just write. The more often you do that, also, the more words you'll be able to get in. You'll build up your stamina and you'll build up that habit. So it's a win-win, I think. Something that I do that's also very helpful is that I use a journal. I carry one around with me. Yes, of course, it's Star Wars. And in it, hey, sorry about the new angle. I got a phone call that messed up my filming. But anyway, I was coming to the end. All I was saying was keep a journal. I keep plot ideas, character ideas, even, nonfiction type ideas for these videos in this journal. So if you carry a bag, you can just stick it in there, or you can keep it in your car. Sometimes if I'm really, on fire with ideas that week, even at a stoplight, I'll just write a sentence and throw it in the seat next to me. So those are some of my recommendations. Stick with it. It really is a rewarding thing to write a book. I am so glad that I found that desire to write. Again, it's been such a fun journey this past year and a half, 2 years, I guess, now. So if you have any questions at all about my writing process, or more specific questions about how to write a book in a year, then please, by all means, put those down below, and I will try to answer all of those that come in. You can do it. This is your year, 2020. It feels like a big one. I mean, it's a new decade. It matches. It's going to be a good year. You can do it. Don't forget to subscribe for more English nerdy goodness and writing tips, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.